After a bit of a hiatus, I'm back on this project. Last time I was here, I was removing all this flooring so that I could level out these floor joists. And the next step that I'm going to be tackling is putting in new electric outlets, wiring, lighting, all of that sort of thing. But before I do the electric and get back inside, I need to pay some attention and give some love to this yard. So the house has been sitting vacant for like 4 months. And it really shows. So we're deep into spring here and it's looking rough. I had to take a break to work on another project for a couple of months. I thought it was going to take a couple weeks and it ended up taking much longer than expected. So let's start with tackling this yard and getting it ready for the rest of summer, getting ready so that it's presentable for a new tenant. The other day whenever I was here, this grass was about 3 feet tall in some places. You can still see some of it right over here that I need to get down with a weed eater. And then I went through and raked up all these leaves. There's a lot of mature trees in that direction and behind me. And the leaves just came down all over the place, making a huge mess and just kind of piling up wherever the wind blew in late winter. So now it's a matter of trying to get all the leaves up, mulch them up, bag them up, and get them out of here. And that's going to be the plan for today. So hopefully a couple hours doing that, getting the yard in order, getting some fresh grass seed down where a lot of the grass has been choked out by all those leaves. And then I'm going to be spending some time up here in this room later on and doing a little bit of work to get it ready for paint. Walls have been patched all over the place. We did that a few weeks ago, or I guess I should say a few months ago. Have a little bit of electrical work to do down here, a little bit of drywall patch to do down here, a couple other miscellaneous things. Have to figure out a way to get rid of this old steel pipe that's in the flooring here that I started on the other day. That's an old radiator. Just trying to cut that down. That stuff is solid steel. It's very hard to remove. We're really just getting this room ready for paint so that my wife can start on that whenever we're here in the next couple of days. But yeah, let's tackle that yard first. Well, everything was going so well, so smooth, and I was making great progress, and then catastrophe struck. This is my leaf sucker, I guess, leaf vac. It's Weed Eater brand, and I was actually as I was doing all of this cleanup, I was thinking I'm going to give this thing a ringing endorsement because I have probably owned this for like 25 years and never had really too many problems with it, other than it's made of hard plastic and it does require a long extension cord. The plastic, you go set it down on the ground or drop it or whatever. I've cracked it and broken it several times. You can see all the patchwork here. And then all of a sudden, I went to unzip my bag here and the zipper broke right off, not even repairable. And yeah, that's a big disappointment. So I guess I'm going to have to pick up all these leaves by hand. That's a very small pile right there. There's lots more over there, lots more down here. Yeah, that's a bummer because it usually mulches them up really small and fine like this. Makes it really nice and easy to fit lots and lots of leaves in a big bag. So hopefully I can find a replacement bag for this old leaf sucker. That's a loud truck. Goodness. Oh, by the way, safety first when you're doing this kind of work. Ear protection, lung protection, eye protection. I see so many people not wearing any of this stuff whenever they're doing this kind of work, and I think it's very unsafe. And a handkerchief actually makes a really good lung protector. I didn't appreciate that for many years, but I sure do now. And I try to not ever mow the grass or do any kind of outdoor yard work without one. I'm not a professional landscaper, but this is looking pretty good. From this angle, of course, and like 20 feet away. Get up nice and close, and yeah, massive bare spot here. Threw down a bunch of seed, gave it a little bit of water. Just use my little hand spreader here. Throw it out there, and we'll see. I'm already seeing the robins eyeing the seed. We'll see if any of it takes off. Hopefully, you know how this goes. Like buy a bag and maybe 5% of it gets takes off and turns in the grass. The rest of it gets eaten by birds or whatever, washes away. Of course, I didn't bring any straw or anything to put down on top of it. We'll see how long it lasts. Watered it just a bit ago, and I'll give it some more water before I leave. But man, look at this. 5 big bags of leaves, yard waste, all been picked up. I think this is called polkaweed. I had 3 or 4 big stalks right right over here, but filled all these up. Oh, somewhere above the line, didn't even see that. And yeah, had to load all those by hand after my leaf sucker vac quit on me. Got all those leaves up. Those trucks are so loud out on the highway. That's one bad thing about this spot. Otherwise, it's a great location. Got all those leaves up from there, all the leaves up that were around here. And this is just a wind tunnel. Probably hear that in the mic right now, but man, it's looking so much better back here. Now to turn our attention to the inside for a little bit this afternoon. But first, lunch. Man, I'm telling you, these old houses are something else. So if you've been following along in this series, this house is, I think, about 130, 135 years old. And it has had some odd modifications and just very rough repairs over the years. There's a few things that I'm wanting to do in this bedroom here before we get ready to paint it. Just a couple of repairs that I'm trying to work on. One was this outlet box that's right here. It had this very odd double box like sticking out of the wall here, and it was crooked and just looked ugly and out of place. So I pulled the wire out. So I ripped these guys out, pulled the wire out, put in an old work box. That wasn't too bad. And then over here, there was a big hole in the floor here. It's just weird how this house is built. There's no base stud here for the drywall to attach to. So this was busted in, and I just kind of cut it out as cleanly as I could because I was going to patch it. And then I realized this is 5/8 inch drywall, which is really hard to find in the home improvement stores. You can't really get a patch. You can get a 4x8 sheet, but they don't, at least at my Lowe's, they don't have like a 2x2 patch size. So what I was going to do is use some of this 1/2 inch and try to recess those studs. And then I got to looking at this outlet. I pulled it out of my way, and there was some wiring that was hanging out of it here. It was just kind of loosely dangling in there. You can kind of hear it in the wall there. And I thought, well, this is probably just old dead wire, but of course it's live. I don't know what it goes to. I went up in the attic and found that it kind of crosses over, so I'll have to trace that later. But for now, well, whoever did this, they safely just taped the end of it there. I had removed both the hot and the neutral, go up about a foot or so, and they have a wire nut on them, and I had accidentally removed the wire nut from the neutral. The black one still has one on there, but I'm just going to leave that for right now, and I'll trace that later. I cannot figure out where it goes or where it's coming from because it apparently is not needed. Everything else currently still works and operates as expected, so just have to get that removed and remove it from wherever the source is. Huh. But as luck would have it, I found a bunch of this scrapped 5/8 inch drywall while I was up there in the attic. So it's just strange what people held on to back in the day. It's really weird looking. It's kind of brown. I think that's just from age, but I'm gonna put in a couple of boards here on the base to attach this to, and then something in here so that we can make sure that this is good and secure, patch this hole up. I got all excited about finding that 3/8 inch drywall, and it actually turned out that the wall was 1/2 inch drywall. So had that on hand, was able to patch that. That looks really good. I will probably come back tomorrow and touch it up a little bit, and hopefully it'll be ready for paint the next time that we're here. Still have just a couple more things to do in this room, like hopefully cutting out those pipes that are there from back in the old radiator days, and have to clean up and get ready. So the next time that we'll have a video, probably be doing some painting and hopefully getting ready to start that electrical work in the back bedroom. So if you like this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. There's a lot more work to do on this property. My name is Josh, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.